Good evening. I'm here with the first of hopefully 4 weekly reading vlogs for the WoTathon, Wheel of Time Readathon. Even if I'm the only one that vlogs the experience, I'm gonna count it as a win. So it's the 5th of January, so the 5th day of the readathon, which means a little bit slower getting this started than I wanted to. I decided to just do Monday through Friday reading vlogs, so it really would have only started yesterday. It's Tuesday, but it just didn't happen. I'm eating dinner right now. I think you're just gonna have to get used to me eating asparagus in all of my vlogs. The reason why I'm finally updating this, I finished my first book, so am I gonna make this? I'm gonna keep this spoiler free for Wheel of Time, so the first prompt, read a book in a small town or pastoral setting. I read Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe by Fanny Flagg, and I thought it was so cute. It's not a perfect read. I wish there had been, not nearly as many characters, because, 90% of them are just, name dropped, and then, that's it. I mean, they do come back, but, they just cycle through so much that I don't know who's who, or what's happening with what, or, any of that. So that was my one complaint, but literally that's the only complaint. There was also some confusing stuff with the fact that the timelines, it's 3 timelines, and only one of them is chronological or lateral or whatever, and I kind of wish the other ones had been too, but that was me not paying attention enough. I definitely think on a reread I would understand it more, and it definitely got harder to follow towards the end, so I think... Sorry about that interruption. My partner's mother called, and our apartment's too small for me to be recording while he's on the phone with someone. That's crooked. Alright. I have you in the cupboard, because that's about the right height. Anyway, I'm gonna make myself some tea, and I'm actually gonna tab up The Great Hunt in German. The Grosse Jagd, I think. So I'm gonna pick out a tea to read. That's actually not a bad one. Tea to drink. I'm trying to finish up some of the loose leaf teas that I have, and this one sounds good. Anyway, so I don't know where I left off talking about fried green tomatoes. It wasn't perfect. Oh, I think I was talking about the characters, about how there were too many characters, and I think the issue was I just kind of didn't care about all of them. They felt very interchangeable, except for the 4 main ladies. So Iggy, how do you pronounce it? Iggy, Ruth, Mrs. Threadgood, and Eleanor. Except for them, the rest of the characters felt... Oh, and Stump. I love Stump. Characters felt very interchangeable. Looking at reviews, so during dinner I looked at some reviews. Some of it complains about it being a little bit white feminist, white feminist, that the depiction of racism, or the way it tries to combat racism, isn't the best done. I don't know that I could speak to that very much. It's something I'm going to look into more on Own Voices reviews for that aspect of it. I will say it's all very much a product of the time. Both the feminism in it and the other intersectional discussions happening there were very rooted in the 80s. It's 100% second wave feminism, that I can say. It's very much, in order to be powerful, you have to be masculine, kind of ideology, which would bother me more if this was written today. And I acknowledge that that's a flaw, but it's also very much a product of its time. And it's okay for things written 40 years ago now to not live up to today's standards. That's fine. And so that didn't bother me. I mean, it bothered me, but I could get past it. This, for the record, is raspberry rose oolong tea from Tea Head. Anyway, so there's that. Again, the racism thing. There was one scene, and I don't want to talk about it because it's relatively late in the book, that really did bug me. I'll pop spoilers up, and you can skip to the next section if you don't want to hear it, but there's a scene where Ruth has a son, and Iggy is helping raise this son. And there's a whole scene when he's a young man, I don't know, I'm not sure on his age, 17, 18, 19, somewhere around there, where she's worried about the fact that he doesn't seem to want to be with girls. And they have this long conversation about it, which is actually really sweet about, and basically it comes out to that he's scared of sex. He's scared of having sex. That he doesn't know if he's going to do it right, yada, yada, yada. And her solution to this is to take him and drop him off with the town, for lack of a better word, slut. And this is a woman the same age as Iggy that her brother used to go out with. It was just, the implications there were very uncomfortable for me. So that's the one major scene that was like, maybe you're losing me here. But like I said, it wasn't perfect, but I really enjoyed it overall. Now I'm going to go over there and tap up my books and, and next I'll be reading the Tessa Grattan book I have. Good morning. It is Thursday. I'm sorry that I did not update you. Okay, that clicking's annoying, so I'm gonna wait till after my bagel's done to update you. So, as I was saying, it's Thursday, and I didn't update you at all yesterday. Partially because I was stressed and partially because I didn't really have anything to update you on. I didn't read that much. In case you don't know, I teach in DC. Now, of course, right now I don't need to be in the city, because we're not teaching in person. But all of my students live in DC. So I spent a lot of yesterday thinking about how on earth I'm going to teach today. We don't teach on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are like for students to catch up on work and do their own assignments on their own, and then for teachers to plan or have meetings and things. So I didn't teach yesterday, but I spent a lot of the time yesterday thinking about how I'm going to teach today. I didn't end up actually reading much of anything. I am about 20% of the way through the other Tessa Grattan, not Strange Grace. What is this? Night Shine. And it's cute. I'm not liking it as much as I liked Strange Grace, but I'm also trying to remember if at the beginning of Strange Grace I even liked it that much, or if it took a little bit to get to it. But it's interesting. I'm starting to tab things. Literally last night before bed, I was like, okay, I gotta read a little bit. And there was like a line that I was like, I have to tab that because I want to remember it. So that's interesting. I haven't tabbed things since last summer because I don't know, it interrupts my reading, so I don't always like doing it. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Hopefully tonight I'll have more to update you on. Yeah. Good morning or good afternoon. What do you say when it's exactly noon? It doesn't matter. You're not watching this when I record it, so it doesn't matter what time it is. Anyway, it's my lunch break. I have ramen today from the microwave. It's fine. And I am about a third of the way into, oops, that's not a way to hold that. Third of the way into Night Shine. And I'm liking it a lot more now that like the story, now that the story's like actually started. Let me find a spot to put this down so it stops bouncing. Yeah, now that the story's actually started, I'm enjoying it a lot more. I don't really have much to add. It's really gay. I have all these things tabbed. They're almost all things that are like challenging gender or I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to read the whole scene. But just this one part is I won't use names or anything, but girl said the sorceress thinks I'm such and such. Are you? I'm just a girl. What is just a girl? She opened her mouth, then glanced down at her body, unsure what to say. She touched her lips, then her chest, and slid her hand down over her breast and let it fall into her lap. Everyone had assumed blank was a boy because of his body. Was she making the same mistake, assuming she was a girl because of her body? And it's just like, something about it is just, this whole book is like an ode to transness and non-binary, and it just sees me. Like the one I have tabbed in here in blue, I don't know if you can see that, the lighting's shite, is just, a person sat against the base of the altar, youthful and lean. She couldn't tell if they were a boy or a girl, and in a moment of clarity left over from her time with the person, she decided it didn't matter. They seemed younger than her, maybe 15 years old. And and it's just, there's this, like, this main character is clearly, like, coming to this realization that, like, gender isn't defined by bodies, and it's so great to me, and, like, I don't know, it's speaking to me in a way I wasn't expecting, and, like, it's just fantastic. I love Tessa Gratton. But anyway, I'm gonna charge through this. My goal is to be done with this by tomorrow at the latest. I did start another book that might count for the third prompt for a book with a prophecy, maybe not. I'm ruling it as long as I start and finish this book before I finish the other one. I'll count them as going in order. But yeah, that's where I'm at. And I'm gonna eat my lunch and read and relax, and then I have about an hour before I have to teach again. So let's try to survive this week. Alright, I think I'll end on the high note of Ridima's amazing stream. If you didn't catch it, I don't know if she's gonna leave it up or not, but if she does, I'll leave it linked below. Because it was a lot of fun. I love both Rid and Rachel. They're just both great. So that was a lot of fun. That's all I'm going to say, because I have D&D in about 10-15 minutes that I need to get ready for. But I've finished one book for the first prompt. I'm like through 2 half books. So this will be fun. Interesting. But yeah, I will update you guys come Monday.